What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers really blew an opportunity. All right, this was a big game, important game, and one team played like they wanted it more, and that was the Warriors. This game was really ultimately decided in the second quarter. Right, neither team could really stop each other. Again, Lakers scored 116 points. That's enough for you to win. But Lakers couldn't stop the Warriors. And the Lakers had a 5-minute stretch where there was basically a lid on the basket and they couldn't score. And the Warriors extended the lead and they never looked back. Right? Warriors did what they were supposed to do. They executed down the stretch. Right? Lakers couldn't get stops when needed. And you had some bad performances from some players that you just can't run the risk of having bad performances for. And it's disappointing. It's frustrating because you need these games. Right? Lakers, luckily, they're 3-1 against the Warriors during the stretch. And I know people are going to say, like, oh, this is a different team and all that stuff. But the point is tiebreakers, right? So luckily, the Lakers still have a tiebreaker over the Warriors. We really need Denver to beat the Warriors now, because then that would give us essentially 3 full games. If Lakers handle business against the Pelicans, right, that'd give us essentially 3 games with like 5 left. Lakers should be able to keep that. But I still like the matchup against the Warriors, because one of the things that I talked about was that, I think the Warriors is a favorable matchup for the Lakers because they're the only team that can't really punish us with their interior size. But Lakers have to show up. Right? Warriors out hustled us. Guys hit shots, guys stepped up, played big. They did what they were supposed to do. They did their job. Right? They were a team that clearly wanted to win this, and the Lakers at times looked like they did it. Luka was terrible, right? Didn't have a good game by any stretch. He's got to figure it out. He's in a slump right now, right? I was very defensive of Luka early on, justifiably so. Again, he just got to the team. He missed 7 weeks, dealing with all the drama and Mavs, slandering him all over the media and stuff. And, he's trying to figure things out with LeBron and Austin Reeves. And then Austin Reeves ends up missing some games. And then LeBron ends up missing some games. And now they're all together, but he's got to find his rhythm, right? The reason I'm not concerned yet is he's getting to his spots. He's getting to his spots. He's getting his shot off. All right, the things you want to see are there. He just can't find the bottom of the net. And he really needs to figure that out. But like I said, from the moment we traded for Luka, I'm not really worried about now to the end of the season. I'm worried about game 1 of the playoffs. Right? Can Luka figure it out between now these last 6 games and the playoffs? If he can, if he does, then the Lakers will be fine. Lakers will be in great shape and they'll have a chance. But if he doesn't, the Lakers might be in trouble. Right? And I know people are still going to, the Warriors, like, we can't be prisoners of the moment, but this is frustrating, right? Dorian Finney-Smith also was terrible. Like, he was unplayably bad. And he's usually one of our best players, one of our most consistent players. I do think part of it was he got into foul trouble early. He had 3 fouls in the second, and it kind of made him passive, right? He wasn't as aggressive as he usually is, but he just looked like, he didn't look like himself. Right? He struggled. And I'm not even talking about just shooting the basketball, because he did have a bad shooting night, but several guys did, including, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith, who both were coming off of a 20 piece, which, again, I don't expect them to score 20 points a night, but you need to have some level of consistency. The problem was those 2 guys, I just felt like they weren't impacting the game, right? We've seen Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith have their struggles offensively, but still impact the game with the hustle plays, the dirty work, right? Defense. And I felt like they were almost not even out there at times when they were out there. And that's a problem. That's a struggle, right? You need the role guys to step up. At the end of the day, right? I've always said, LeBron and Luka, if they're transcending and Austin Reeves is great, the Lakers can beat anybody. But that doesn't mean that we're only going to play 3-on-5, right? Like, you still need the role players to hit shots, play defense, lock down, do the dirty work, right? Trust LeBron, Luka, and Reeves to handle the offensive workload, right? To set guys up, to do and handle the things necessary for the offense to be functional. But there's also you need to have your role guys play up to par, right? At least be serviceable out there, right? Like, Rui had a great game, credit to Rui. He rebounded the ball well. He moved without the ball well, hit some big shots. Right? Austin Reeves was fantastic again. He hit some big shots. He had that hot start, kind of cooled off a little bit, and then picked it up and was hot again. Now, you could argue, kind of, got hot towards the end. But also, if Lakers would have gotten stops, it would have been a different game, right? I still like the matchup, right? Like, again, is Luka going to play that bad, 4 times in a playoff series? Probably not. And if Luka's half decent, we might win that game, right? If Luka's like half decent, that's a very different game. Even if we don't win it, it's a very different game, right? Same thing with just the defense and the effort and the intensity. We started off looking good. Lakers had had 5 second chance points, something like that, like to start the game, or 5 offensive rebounds, something like that to start the game. And we're looking like, oh man, like Lakers, if they keep this up, they're gonna run away with this at some point. But then it was just like that second quarter, everything switched, which is a problem for the Lakers, period. Right? They always seem to have this quarter. It's usually the third quarter. Today it was the second quarter. Right? But they usually have this quarter where they just stumble and they just fall apart and they're just lacking. You can't do that. Can't have that. Right? We saw that in the Denver series last year, right? Lakers first half, they're smoking, right? They're killing them. Up 20. Everything's looking great. Life's good. And then they have that third quarter, and by the time the third quarter's over, Denver has a lead, and you're like, what is happening here, right? It was every time. Lakers, but this has been a problem with the Lakers for years now. I mean, this isn't like a new thing. Right? This is something that's been an issue, literally for the last 3-4 years. I mean, you could argue since the bubble, the Lakers have had this problem. 2021, they didn't really have that problem. So since 2021, right? They've had this just issue where it's just they just have this quarter where they just don't show up. They get lax. They lose focus. They're not hitting shots. They're not being aggressive. And it is biting them right now, right? Lakers were able to weather that earlier on. They haven't been able to weather that. It's biting them. It's hurting them. Right? And this was a huge game. This was a game that was very important. You needed to win this game. And they didn't show up. They didn't do it. No, you did it against Memphis. Great. Did it against Houston. Beautiful. But you didn't do it against the Warriors, and you needed to do this against the Warriors. Right? I would have rather beaten the Warriors and lose to the Pelicans tomorrow. Right? I would rather that have been an upset, because at least the Lakers gained a full game on the Warriors. Right? Again, I don't think the Warriors will overtake them, but who knows? Warriors are 13-0 with Jimmy Butler and they're in that starting unit that they played today. Right? So, they finished 18-0, and Lakers lose 3 games. All of a sudden, we need Denver to beat them. We need some of these teams to beat them. But the problem is some of these teams might not help the Lakers, right? Some of these teams might be like, hey, if we lose, Lakers drop to the 5 seed or the 6 seed or something like that. I'm not worried about the Lakers falling into the play-in or anything. I still think the Lakers get 50 wins, but I guess I got to figure some stuff out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you have concerns? Do you think it'll be all right? Lakers will figure it out. What did you think of this game? What did you think of this performance? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.